It strikes me that you become president by simply doing better than your opponent on two metrics. Strong leader. Does the public find you to be a strong leader? And do they think you understand their problems? Donald Trump's current standing as a leader of this country is, I think, in many polls, the lowest of his presidency because of his failure on both. Incompetence is the surest way to drive down your leadership numbers. But I think in some ways more nagging and harder to recover from is this inability to sort of see what we're seeing, to feel what we're seeing. I can barely read the numbers of infections and deaths without getting a lump in my throat. We end every show by doing a couple of obituaries. I've not heard him do one obituary. I've not heard him talk about a single life ripped from that person's family because of this horrible disease. I mean, is it a capacity thing? Is it the White House staff's ignorance? Because this isn't just on him. It's on a White House staff to tell a president what they should do. What is your explanation or working theory?
Yeah, no, I think it's a combination of those things. A president who is unable and incapable of understanding the human toll, and a number of staffers that should be needling him and encouraging him to talk about it, and either they're not doing it or they don't have the strength of within the office to push him to do it. Look, in terms of my immediate family and friends, everybody's okay, but there are 10 people that I know that have lost their lives to this virus. And those 10 people died within a 2.5-week period. And if there's anyone else who has a story similar to mine, or it has been impacted even more negatively than that, there is a need for a leader to be able to tap into that. He's presiding over a country that is dejected and dispirited. And he should be able, as a leader, or certainly the people around him, to be able to understand what we're going through, what the students are going through who can't be in school right now, many of whom are homeless and don't even have the right access to technology to engage in distance learning. There are so many ways that this virus has impacted communities that will never be the same afterwards, that he fails to grasp, despite his penchant for mendacity. If he were just able to come out and say, look, I really understand what's going on, and start repeating those stories in the same way that Andrew Cuomo did, then I think it would go a long way for the American people. But there's just this inability to do that. And hopefully, as we go forward, particularly as we choose our president this fall, that we will behold whomever we choose accountable, not just for the behavior of themselves, but for the people around them, which often doesn't get the same level of attention, but it should.